Hi there, and welcome to week 3 of our Tea Time KAL, also known as our Tea Time Knit-Along. Thanks everybody for joining in. I hope you're making great progress on each of your chosen projects. I'll just do a quick recap so you know where we're at. So we chose 3 different designs for this spring knit-along at Muskoka Yarn Connection. Number 1 is Stromboli. And it is a lace and faux cable design by Caitlin Hunter. And it is worked entirely on a 3.25 millimeter width. Finished width is a choice of 44 to 73 inches. It's worked bottom up, so it's seamless construction. And it's worked in a fingering weight yarn. So we have these lovely color choices here. And this is in a merino with nylon superwash. So 100 gram skeins, they are solids and tonals, which suit the design very well. And here I am in week 3, and I have worked from the bottom up and separated at the underarms. So I'm now working up in the back section to the back shoulder. At that point, I'll put it on a stitch holder and then rejoin the yarn at the front section and work up. So I'll bring that closer to the camera so you can see it. It is a beautiful, relaxing pattern, not difficult. I would say it's one of the easiest lace patterns that I've done. And there are 2 panels that are worked side by side. So the chevron panel, which looks like a V, has yarn overs, and then this little breaker pattern in between the chevrons is what they call the knot stitch pattern. And if you're interested to see how the knot stitches worked, I showed that in last week's video. And you'll find that under our Tea Time KAL event listing. So yes, here I have worked the armhole up about 3 or 4 repeats. And I'm just going straight up to the back shoulder. I'm going to do a 3 needle bind off to join the shoulders once the front is complete. And then I'll go around and pick up stitches around the armhole opening and work the sleeves downwards. I'm going to do a cap sleeve, but I may change my mind when I get. Sorry about that little interruption in the internet. So I did substitute the 1x1 ribbing for a twisted ribbing. It's a bit more pronounced and dresses it up. So I'll do the same on the sleeve cuffs and around the neck. So that is my progress on Stromboli. And I'm going to post a couple of pictures on the event page to see some of our other knit-alongers and their progress on Stromboli too. Number 2 choice is Willa. And this is a very simple lace yoke top-down design, worked in a DK to worsted weight on a 4.5 and a 5 millimeter. And this design takes 540 to 840 yards. But again, if you're going to make it longer in the body or longer in the sleeves, you have to allow for extra yardage. The width is 45 inches up to 60 inches. This is the smaller size finished at 45 inches. And there are short rows worked in the yoke before you get to the lace work. And we did a tutorial on that, and that will also be in the event listing under Tea Time KAL. So the color choices for that in this beautiful linen bamboo cotton blend called Linendale are the aqua, black is black, silver gray, true purple, hot fuchsia, classic navy, and then this gorgeous shade of red. So I think I did use 4.5 balls Yeah, 4.5 balls for this style. And the only modification I made from the pattern, the designer suggests doing 4 rows of garter stitch to finish off the sleeve cuff. I did 1 inch of ribbing to match the bottom of the sweater and the top. I just think it looks more uniform if all the borders match. So knit 1, purl 1, ribbing for 1 inch. And that also adds a little bit of length to the sleeve there. And then project number 3 is Parasol Tee. And this is a design by Heidi Kay from Alberta. And I have it 90% finished here, same as I had last week when I showed you in the video. All that's left to do is add the I-cord neckline, which is just worked along the edge. And I just haven't decided what color to do it in. And thank you for your suggestions last week. And I will get to it. But you know what happens when you start on a new project? It's hard to go back and finish the last one. I have already blocked it because I wanted to see what the length would be. I shortened it by 1.5 inches. And already in the sample photo, you can see it is almost a cropped length. So some of you are adding more length right before the color block stripes. This was worked on a 3.5 millimeter and started at the shoulder epaulettes, the color block stripes. So you're working one side of the neck, then the opposite side, joining it in the middle by casting on stitches, and then working down to the armhole, leaving it on a holder, going back up to the shoulder epaulette and picking up stitches right along the bottom of the contrast color stripe, working that down to the armhole, and then everything will be joined by picking up stitches along the armhole edges and working across the body at the same time. And then when the sleeves are finished with the main color, they'll go back on a holder, and then you're working the entire body in the main color, finishing the borders, and then going back to do your sleeve cuff. So again, you can add length here if you like. There is no decreasing on the actual sleeve cuff here. It's just a little mini raglan shaping here. So very clever design. And if you're not a fan of color blocking, it would also look great all in one color. So this is using our 100% Egyptian cotton, which comes in 50-gram balls. So I did use 3 balls of the main color and then a partial ball of each of the contrast colors. So we have shades of pink, blue, Kelly green, beige, white, navy. There is a black, there's a powder blue, and coral. Lots of fun colors to break away from the ordinary and just have fun playing with bright shades and pale shades. So those are the yarns, and if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section to do with the 3 designs, and I'll be happy to give you my knitterly advice. So next week will be the 4th week, and we will have our prize draw. So the ballots are in the box. Each week there'll be an incentive ballot to 1 lucky winner added into the ballot box to go towards the grand prize draw, which I'll show you next week. And what we do is just ask a little trivia question and let you have time to post your answer in the comments below and just guess or Google it if you like. So this week's question is about the history of the word knit, one of our favorite words. When did the word knit first appear in the dictionary? We're just looking for the century, not the actual date, because that probably was not recorded. So if you want to post your guess in the comments, and then Sunday morning we'll pick 1 more incentive ballot winner to go into the grand prize draw bucket. And yeah, that's it. So I will continue to post progress pics today, tonight, into the week. And most of you have chosen Stromboli, so you'll see more pics of this, but there's also been some great color combinations that I'd like to take pictures of in this one and then this one. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you next Friday live at 5.